So I'm back from my vacation. It's a cold night out, and I saw some light as I walked inside. The computer was open on a program. I was stunned to see this on my screen. And only one question is going through my head. How did I end up here? So my flight is delayed, but I'm wondering if anyone who watches this video is going to subscribe or leave some comments. But anyway, player movement can happen in a lot of ways. If it's a player running, player inside cars driving, or players inside tanks driving. In video games, this is the most precise subject there is, and if it's done incorrectly, it will ruin the whole experience going forward.
Next.
If we are talking about 2D games or 3D games, movement has just progressed from this linear movement to this crazy movement with so many features like double jumps, dashes, air bumps, more dashes, triple jumps, wall climbing, wall running. Oh my god, there's so many moves that it's crazy.
Next.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Sorry, sir. The flight was cancelled.
What do you mean cancelled? I'm never flying Unicat ever again. While the outcome is not that complicated, getting it just right is extremely complicated. Take jumps for example. The only thing which needs to be done is to make the player move in the y-axis, and that's it, right? But there are more parameters involved, like simulating real-world gravity by using physics equations. And afterwards you have to land on something which has collision. And in addition to that, it needs to be satisfying and hit just the right spot to make you feel that I did it feeling. Picture this. You have a date with someone and offer to make them dinner. You then flip that omelette which flies through the air and avoids a bunch of obstacles and enemy fire, while landing just perfectly on that platform, pan. And then you put some seasoning on it because the food on this plane is missing some salt. I wish I had waited for another flight with Unicat. While being on the plane, I followed the tutorial and made my first 3D game in Unity and learned a bunch of stuff. Here are some of the things I wish I knew before trying to make a 3D game in Unity. Number 1. That I should tick these 3 checkboxes for freeze rotation positions so my character won't do this. And number 2. I wish I've learned more about rigid bodies or character controllers before I use them. Both. Rigid bodies control objects' position through physics simulation, while character controller allows you to easily do movement constrained by collisions without having to deal with rigid bodies physics.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing please.
Finally we're landing. And only one question is going through my head. How did I end up here? I couldn't believe my eyes. It was me all along in the computer. It was like looking in the mirror, but in 3D. Yes, I've made another game in Unity. And of course the first thing I have to model for this game is a donut. Because the first thing every game designer models is a donut. This guy made a tutorial for making donuts 3 times already, it's nuts. Donuts, hahaha. But thanks Andrew, you have some awesome stuff. Now I have this cat. And of course one of my favorite games is Risk of Rain. So I'll make this game a roguelike in the future. But in the meanwhile, I'll focus on player movement. So as I said, movement is supposed to be precise, and you should make sure that your cat is not limping like mine. Every animation is supposed to have a smooth transition between them, if it's staying idle or walking, because if not it could end up like this. You need to make the animation's ending keyframes exactly as the animation starts, so they can loop. And this could be a very challenging thing to do if there are a lot of keyframes in that animation. The movement speed is important too. If you make some wrong calculations, you get your player very confused. And again, tick those freeze rotation checkboxes. because you don't want this to happen. The camera movement in games corresponds to the player and is supposed to be always on point, or it's going to annoy a lot of players. It used to be stationary in a lot of games, and after a while the standard of moving cameras changed for the better, and you can see this in every current modern game. If there is a little issue with the camera, you as a player will notice that immediately, and will be discouraged from continuing to play. Collisions are the real mess in video games, because no matter how well you make your collisions and block the path of the player, someone will find a way to abuse your terrain and clip through a door or a mountain to the next stage. There are people who make a career out of it. Those people are called speedrunners. If there's an exploit in any game, they will find it, so they can finish the game faster, and if they can go through a door and enter a forbidden zone where all the game's items are placed for free, which the developer didn't mean for anyone to see, they will surely do it. Yeah, that happened in Fallout 76, a multiplayer game, and finding a room like this is a disaster for developers, especially in a multiplayer game. And that's one reason why collisions are really important. Game development seems easy at the start, and the more you get into it, the more it becomes sophisticated. And so does every subject in it, including player movement. I'll be making more videos like this while adding that feature to this cat roguelike game. This game is currently dogshit, but I'll upload my process for free in the next video I'll make when there is more to do in the game. Oh, that's me. Yes, doctor. Wherever I go, I see hallucinations on screens. It's like they talk to me and explain stuff about video games. And the weirdest thing about it is that it's my own voice. My own voice is explaining all of it.